Today our focus is on personal pronouns. Hello once again, welcome. I'm glad we are together. Today we are talking about pronouns and especially personal pronouns. Pronouns replace nouns. In other words, they take the place of nouns. When you want to use a noun, for example, Mary or cow, and you decide I have already mentioned this noun, I'm not going to mention it again, then you can say instead of Mary loves John, you can say she loves John. Or instead of saying a cow or the cow is eating grass, you can say it is eating grass. Suppose we all knew what you were talking about. We already knew you were talking about a cow or we were looking at it. Then you can say it is eating grass. There are many types of pronouns, as you may already know. Just in case you don't, I'm just going to first give you examples. We have personal pronouns. These include things that refer to persons directly. For example, I, me, you, we, they, and many others. We also have possessive pronouns like mine, yours, ours, theirs, etc. We have reflexive pronouns like himself, themselves, herself, and others. We also have indefinite pronouns like nobody, somebody, anybody, etc. Those that don't refer to a definite thing. Then of course we have relative pronouns like who, which, whom, whose. These can also be classified together with interrogative pronouns, especially those that we use to interrogate or to ask questions like what, who, whom. So it is all the same, they cut across. They can be both relative pronouns and interrogative pronouns, but not all interrogative pronouns are relative pronouns. We shall talk about these pronouns, each in its own time, for us to better understand them. And like I told you, today our focus is on personal pronouns. The first thing we are going to note about personal pronouns in particular is that they appear in two different types. So we have subject pronouns. We also have object pronouns. Subject pronouns, like you see, they are used at the beginning of the sentence. And object pronouns are used at the end of the sentence. They may not necessarily come at the beginning of the sentence, the subject pronouns. However, in every sentence, they are the doer of what is done. Object pronouns, on the other hand, are the items or the things or the people or the persons that receive the action or those to whom the action is done. Let's look at the examples. Subject pronouns can include I, he, she, it, they, and we. When you are using them in a sentence, they are the doer of the action. For instance, they will come tomorrow. I speak English. You speak French. He is my brother. It is raining. They are going to school. And when you want to combine two different persons in one sentence, maybe both of them are doing the action, then we say, you and I are reading the same novel. You and I love reading novels. When we are using I in any sentence and we are combining it with other persons, I comes after the other people. Mary, Joseph, John, and I love reading novels. You will notice that those names are not pronouns, but they are nouns. Object pronouns, on the other hand, like we said, they receive the action. For example, they are reading it. Now, it could be a novel, which we don't want to mention, but we refer to it with the pronoun it. He loves me. Me is an object pronoun. It is the person to whom the action of loving is being done. I saw him yesterday. Him. Him was the one seen. In other words, the action of seeing was done to him. So, I, subject pronoun, saw him, object pronoun. She gave them gifts. She is a pronoun, a subject pronoun. Them is an object pronoun because it is the one receiving action. The other important point for us to note, and that is usually confusing to many people that are learning English, is when and how to use the subject pronoun and the object pronoun, especially if we have more than one in a sentence. Let's take an example of our sentence. I love reading novels. You love reading novels. Both of us love reading novels, but we want to put you and I in the same sentence. We said, you say, you and I love reading novels. If we separated the sentences, it becomes very easy to notice. I love reading novels. You love reading novels. So you and I love reading novels. If this comes in a place where it is an object, then we are going to use me. Of course, you remains you, whether it is object or subject. Suppose our sentence was one like, she gave me a gift. And suppose this person also gave you a gift. Then we say, she gave you and me a gift. In other words, she gave you a gift. She gave me a gift. If you want these pronouns that are combined in one sentence never to confuse you again, then what you will do is to ensure that whenever you want to separate and know which one to use, then separate the sentences. Break them like we did. She gave you a gift. She gave me a gift. So you don't make mistakes of she gave you and I a gift. That would be a very wrong sentence. Because in that case, our pronouns are coming as object, the receivers of the action. So we use you and me. I think that is clear and you're not going to make mistakes with it. So keep practicing these sentences. Use pronouns, mix the pronouns in sentences, see how well you do it. Try to write out sentences as well. You remember I told you in the previous video that when you are learning a language, the best way to master it is to read it, to write it, to listen to it, and to speak it. Until we meet again in another lesson, I wish you the best of your day today, or night, if it is night, where you are watching from. God bless you. Bye-bye.